We're going to talk today with the Senior Vice President and CIO of First American Financial, Larry Godec, who, and we're going to talk about digital transformation. First American Financial has done a lot of really interesting things in the information technology arena. So, Larry, we're looking forward to chatting with you.
Great.
So, Larry, tell me a little bit about what you currently do at your company.
So, again, as the CIO of First American, we have over 20,000 worldwide employees. We have roughly 700 offices, brick and mortar, around the United States that are our true title and settlement or escrow closing offices. We have another number of other businesses, but our core business is really title insurance and settlements.
Interesting.
Yes, so responsible for all aspects of technology, whether that be the data center, infrastructure, desktop support, networking, obviously application development, business process, project management, and corporate security. So the Chief Information Security Officer reports into my office. And in a large financial organization, obviously that's a pretty critical component for us. And an R&D organization that we just started up, which is looking at some new, innovative, disruptive technology. So we're doing quite a bit.
Very cool.
Yeah.
What are the key drivers that's driving digital transformation or move to digital technology in your industry?
Well, in the mortgage space, from my vantage point, if you look at the millennials that are staying at home longer, but someday they're going to buy homes. Yeah. And when that happens, they're going to expect a much friendlier, easier, more interactive process. Waiting 30, 60, 90 days to get the keys to your home isn't going to be acceptable to them.
No.
And so we're really focused on how can we, one, make the closing process much more easy and seamless, more online, real time. And we've got the largest repository of real estate related mortgage data of anybody in the country. And how can we leverage all that data through OCR and extraction to get that feeds not only the title production process, but then also the close.
How important it is to have this mass of data. That makes the difference right now.
Right.
So that's got to be a great asset for you guys in your organization.
And I mean, the key right now, because we have 5.5 billion with a B documents, but they're in TIFF or PDF format. And so we've perfected and patented an OCR process that we can pull from that document any word. So I can put in Godec, and it'll pull within 2 seconds every single document that Godec's on across the country all the way back many, many years. The trick now is how do we extract all that data and put it in a relational format that is very usable and can be accessed very, very quickly. And so we're going through that process right now.
So let's talk a little bit about some of the things that you're doing in your own organization, to move folks into this digital world.
Yeah. So a number of things. So as I mentioned about the millennials wanting a better close process in their property, we're looking at how, what does the e-close of the future really look like? And what are the different components of that? Because it's not just the settlement, it's the recording of the documents. It's getting things notarized, getting the recordings done at the county recorder. And how do we get through, from a technology standpoint, we can get through all of those hurdles. But from my vantage point, when I think about digital transformation, it doesn't start with technology. It certainly doesn't start with me. It really starts with the business.
Good point.
Getting business, executive business sponsor and ownership to really define what is it that we at First American and we in our industry really want to get done. And from that, we'll figure out the technology. And the other key aspect from my vantage point and with our industry being the fact that it's financial related and very highly regulated as an insurance company, we have to deal with across all the different counties in the United States, and some have different laws. In a lot of cases, as an example, in most counties, they don't accept an electronic signature or need notarize. But we got companies running around the country saying we have the notary solution. It's like, well, that's great, but if the county's not going to accept it, the burden's back on us. So we have to be really careful about all the legal and compliance issues.
But what are some things you've learned at this point in this journey?
Yeah, it's a good question. So a couple things. One, I mentioned first and foremost, start with the business sponsor, get clear requirements, and then go ask people what it is that they don't like about the closing process. And it's interesting if you want, and I heard somebody say, if you want to understand how to build the next level of technology, of customer technology, go ask an 8-year-old. And in our case, we should be talking to millennials or people that have just purchased a home and asking them, what don't you like about the closing process? If we go ask a realtor that's been in the business for 20, 30 years, a lender, loan officer that's been in it for a number of years, we're going to get a different answer. And so the whole customer-facing component of the process, I think, is really critical to make sure we're talking to the right people.